Today's business climate is more competitive than ever. Our line of business leaders want to move fast, faster than enterprise IT has traditionally enabled them to go. This is creating a new challenge for IT and security to play a greater role in the business. We just need to think a bit differently about how we approach security and the role of security in the enterprise. Hi, I'm John Hawley from the Security Solutions team at CA Technologies. We're going to talk today about why identity is your new perimeter. Enterprise IT architects and security officers are talking about several new forces impacting how they think about security in the enterprise. Cloud applications, both infrastructure and software as a service, are fragmenting the data center. Mobility is moving data to new places and onto new devices. Big data projects are consolidating data into new areas. Social dynamics are introducing bring your own identity concepts. Internet of Things use cases are creating large networks of connected devices. And finally, advanced threats. We realize that advanced threats will penetrate the perimeter. The real challenge is how do we contain them and prevent them from becoming a disaster. While we have many security controls that we leverage to create defense in depth, identity is emerging as the critical control point in the enterprise. This is why. What was once a well-defined set of users and applications was protected neatly behind a perimeter firewall. We could simply point our applications at the user directory for user authentication and single sign-on. The model is very different for the enterprise today. The user population is mobile. We have partners and customers that need a deeper level of access to our applications. And the applications are more distributed than ever, moving outside the data center and into the public cloud or even SaaS services. What's interesting, and this is driven by the business. The business is acquiring these cloud services, in many cases without consulting with IT or the security team. So this IT bypass is creating a challenge that we refer to as shadow identity. Enterprise identity is distributed across many applications that have different forms of authentication and different security controls in their environments. This creates many challenges from an IT and a security perspective. Enterprise data is at risk because weak credentials are used at the SaaS provider, or worse, the SaaS provider has a breach and enterprise credentials are exposed. While we have no insight to the use of these cloud services by the business, the worst part is that we have no way to remove access when an employee leaves the organization. But it's not just a security issue. This creates a challenge for the business as well. Business users will soon realize that authenticating to each service is problematic, and they want single sign-on across application domains. They want to add new services, and they want to add new users quickly to their environment. So we've come to realize that having a network perimeter is not enough. We can address this challenge of the fragmented data center if we think of identity as the new perimeter. We need a single, centralized identity service that controls access to all enterprise resources. No user authenticates directly to any application, whether it's on-premise or in the cloud. Everything goes through the enterprise. This provides one central point of control for the enterprise to control who gets access to what. Let's take a look deeper. What do we need in this identity service? The central identity service provides authentication. Who is it that's accessing the environment and to what device are they coming from? Single sign-on, both to on-premise and to the cloud applications. Identity governance, so business leaders decide who should have access to what. Centralized auditing, one point of understanding who accesses which applications. And finally, deprovisioning, so that we know when a user is removed from our environment, they no longer have access to any SaaS-based applications. Our focus on identity is not just on business users, though. Don't forget about the administrative and the application user accounts that are responsible for many data breaches today. Administrators should not use root credentials to log in and manage systems. They should authenticate themselves and get access to cloud services only with the proper workflow. So when an administrator changes roles or leaves the organization, we're sure that they have no ability to access enterprise systems. The ROI for investment in security technologies can sometimes be challenging, so sell the business value to the business lines. With a centralized identity service, you can help them more quickly adopt new cloud services with automated provisioning, provide them single sign-on to distributed applications, and audit usage to control cost of unused licenses. CA Technologies provides a complete solution to ensure the right people have the right level of access to the right information across the mainframe, distributed, virtual, cloud, and mobile environments. Security, as we talked about today, is not a back office function. It's a business enabler, and everyone in the boardroom wants to hear how it can help drive the business. So take a proactive approach. Engage the business on what identity as the new perimeter can do for them. I guarantee they'll change the way they think about the security team and get you the funding you need to drive security. So let's keep in touch. Follow us on Twitter or LinkedIn. You can also learn more about our view of the market dynamics and the CA security solutions that drive the business at security.com.